Our next honorand, Robert Cates, is a consummate human ecologist and a longtime COA faculty associate. His 50-plus years of professional work have explored the interactions of nature, technology, and society, and he was a founder of the emerging field of sustainability science, which has obvious close connections with human ecology. As he describes it, the central question of his scientific work has been, what is and ought to be the human use of the earth? Robert is a recipient of a MacArthur Fellowship and the 2007 Nobel Prize for Peace. And it is a great privilege for us to add an honorary degree from COA to that distinguished list of honors.
Somewhere it says I get to say a few words. I'm getting this not because of any of the reasons cited or the little bio in the booklet, but because I'm the resident optimist at COA. Now, I know, and that's the real reason I'm getting this. Now, part of the reason I feel like I'm the resident optimist often because I'm the oldest person in the room. But I had lunch with someone who was 93 today, and that's no longer true. Part of the reason, I know, is Jack here? Is Jack still there? Okay. Would you hold Jack up? There he is in the back of the room, Jack. I'm probably the only person in the room who has a great-great-grandchild present. But also, I know that I'm the resident optimist because I participated in teaching classes here at COA at the turn of the millennium. And these were millennium classes, I forget how many students, there weren't a huge number, but they were both in 2000, we did it in 2001, talked about what 2,000 years of partial history meant, and asked them what were their expectations for the year ahead. And most of those expectations were doomsday stories. And I suspect that a lot of you here in the room, including the new graduates, also have expectations of doomsday stories. And of course, as a resident optimist, I have problems with that. So as I needed to counter some of these doomsday expectations, both as a sustainability scientist and an optimist. And I tried to introduce them to Cates's law. Cates's law is very simple. It says you look around you, you look at all the bad stuff around you, and you try to cut in half the bad stuff. And you also look around you and you look at the good stuff and you try to double the amount of the good stuff. That's Cates's law. But why aren't you content to not just cut in half, but to get rid of it all? Well, because it turns out it's hard. And it turns out that most people can agree on what's needed to get rid of half of it. And then if they try to get rid of all of it, they start fighting with each other, and it becomes very, very difficult. So I leave you with, it turns out that Cates's Law was adopted as the millennial goals, which said you should cut hunger and poverty in half by the year 2015. You should double the rate of energy renewals by 2015 and a whole set of similar goals. And now we just have 17 new goals about having reached 2015, about from here to 2030, and goals of sustainable development. And again, I would invoke Cates's Law. Let's cut the bad stuff in half, and let's double the rate of increase of the good stuff. Thank you.